What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. So, I was listening to a Tsunami Surf interview he did. Yeah, I want to address a couple things. I just addressed the battle rapper thing. Now I want to address this other thing where you put your loyalty to the streets and friends over your own family. That ain't good, brother. That ain't good at all. You said this. I'm gonna use you. I'm not gonna exaggerate nothing you said. This is what you said out of your mouth. You say you are a man of responsibilities. Let me say that one more time. You said I am a man of responsibility. Then you go in on what happened the night you got shot. You said, and I quote, you were going to drop off some pussy that lived in the ops neighborhood. You were going to drop off some pussy that was in the opposition's neighborhood. And you got caught at the red light. And they dumped 5 on you coming back. You said you don't blame. You say you would feel offended. You would have felt offended. Let me just tell you what this man said. He would have felt offended that if what happened to him didn't happen to him based upon the guy that he is. And the guy he is, he expects for things like that to happen to him. Because of what he been doing, smashing niggas and the work he be putting in. So he would have been offended if they didn't respect him like that. That when they saw him, to open fire on him. Because that's what he do. But you first say you are a man of responsibilities. Well, let's talk about your responsibilities. You have a child, a girl. Do you know how cold it is out in this world against young girls who is raised without their fathers in their life? Do you know how cold it is out here in this world? You definitely do, because according to you, you was dropping off some pussy. Just a simple little thing. That simple little thing almost cost you your life. Just dropping off some pussy. You took 5 shots as a result of it. Man of responsibility. He said he didn't think about death or cared about death. But he told the person to take him to the hospital. That don't sound like a person that don't care about death. That sounds like a person who definitely care about death. Going to the hospital, you going to get help. You need some help. Quickly. But your responsibilities first is supposed to be in God first. So let's just move him out of the equation, because it's obvious he not first. Yo, niggas is first. That's what you said. Okay, let's go there. Because I want you to get this through your head, so that as you hear this, and I know you watch me, and I know you listen to me. You don't listen to me, but I know you hear me and you watch me. So let this be a testimony against us before the living God. Let this be a testimony against us before the living God. So your first responsibility is to God, who you reject, who you have no care, no desire to want to get to know, according to you in another interview. You said you're going to make your peace with God when you get to heaven. Then you're going to talk to him. Right. What you don't know, there is no talking in judgment. Your life spoke for itself while you was alive. Your life spoke for itself when you were alive. You've been to court before, right? Well, they get it from the Bible. You've been to court before. When you go through trial, that's when all the talking taking place between the DA and you as the defendant. That's when all the talk, your side talking, they side talking, and the judge is mediating the two. That's what the judge is doing. He's keeping the order while all this talking going on through trial. That's what life is. Life is called trials and tribulations. All the talking and all the going on, that's what's going on. While God is still in control, keeping order. Then when trial is over, when the two parties, that's when you get the statement, Your Honor, we rest our case. Now we're turned over to the judge. Okay, I heard both sides. Now let me tell you what I think. Same thing with God. When you die and you stand before God, ain't a side you have to tell. Ain't a side you tell. Revelation chapter 20, and the books were opened. And another book was opened. And those who wasn't found in the book of life were judged according to the things written in the books. So there's one book that's God's, that's called the book of life, that everybody who's going to be saved, who accept Jesus Christ, is written in this book. Whoever not written in that book, then they judged by these books, their own books, of the things they did in their life. Every thought, every word, every intent of the heart, every action. And God knows everyone. Everyone. Ain't no talking in judgment. Your life spoke for itself. You did all the talking you did down here, all that jacking in, that's your talking. And it's all being recorded by heaven's angels. 24/7. How many books you got? How many books you think you got? When you stand before God and all the books that's been written on you your whole life, how many books you think you got already? How many pages fill up one book of your sins and actions? Let's get back to your responsibility. Do you know how hard it is out here for young girls who do not have their fathers in their life? You cannot have your cake and eat it too. You can't have your family, your children in the streets too. You must make a decision. You have to decide. Let me tell you something. You don't have to decide. Because you didn't decide and you think you can have them both, the streets will decide for you. The streets will decide for you. And what do you think they're going to decide? When you put your life in the hands of the streets, what do you think the verdict going to be for the streets? Your obligation is not to your niggas, not to your homies, not to your set, but into the child that you brought into this world who didn't ask to be here, but came here as a result of your actions, that you are entitled, you are obligated to do away with the thing that will separate you from her because you love her. That's what real love is, brother. Change. And if you're not willing to change, then it's not love at all. It's not love at all. You sit there and you talked about how you almost killed and murdered a man for somebody else. You said, I saw a guy that shot my nigga. And when I saw the guy that shot my nigga, then I tried to murder him. Then he came and murdered me. because I know my guy would have done the same thing for me. So you willing to risk your life and your freedom, which you did, which you did, because of your guys. That's how you look at it, your guys. What's first, blood or water? What's first, blood or water? When you took them 5 shots, let's just say you could have died, because you definitely could have. You got hit 5 times. You stapled up and everything. You take them 5 shots and you dead. Your child is orphaned, without a father in her life. Do you know that it's estimated that 1 out of every 3 girls is raped and molested by the time they turn the age of 15 by somebody close that they know in their family or somebody else? Do you know that? Right. Do you know how acceptable it is for young girls to get off into the life of prostitution and drugs and domestic relationships and all these things due to the absentee of a father in their life? You only got one child. One child. And you choose gang banging over that? Do you, brother? Really? You really believe the Bible say cursed is the man that put his trust in another man. Cursed is the man that put his trust in another man. Why? Why do it take for brothers to lose things in order to understand what it really meant? What was the real true value for it? Why? Why? Why is it so easy for you to die for something, but you don't want to live for nothing? Because any fool can die. Any fool can die. But it takes a real man to live. It takes a real man to change. It takes a real man to really step up to the plate and accept responsibility, because you are living the example that your daughter is seeing in your life. In your life. That's what she's seeing. And based upon what she's seeing you will be the real true result of the man she chooses to be with. So if she see you gangbang and see you smoking and see you acting crazy and see you doing that, guess what? That's what she growing up being attracted to choose to be up under her, because she feel comfortable with it because it was in you. And this is why most guys don't like to see their daughters with dudes, because they end up bringing home the same dudes that you were. And you know you ain't no good. So she bringing in a man that ain't no good, because she couldn't see a real man in you. And this is tragic, and it is sad that when brothers get to these ages where you grown and you go through these lives and you face all these things, that it still don't move or compel you to want to change for something that you love. For something that you love. You on record saying this, brother, that when these brothers saw you, they should have did that. But yet you also on record saying that you be driving, picking your daughter up in the car. God forbid, thank God that little girl was not in that car that day when you was at that red light. Thank God she wasn't, because they wouldn't have had mercy on you. You think they cared that your daughter would have been in that car? No. And what is the result of that? According to you, you tried to murder somebody and you failed at it. And the person who you tried to murder, that you failed in it, saw you slipping and paid back the favor. Do you see this? Was you thinking about your child when you wanted to take action and tried to attempt murder on somebody else? Was the thought of your daughter going in your mind to make you not want to pick that gun up? That's love. When you want to do something, then you think about the effect it may have on who you love. When you had that gun and you wanted to kill this dude who did nothing to you, according to you, he did nothing to you. But you wanted to dump on him so that, what, you could get the props and the praise of your guys now? But not caring you could have spent the rest of your life in prison and never been out here to help your child. This is what you choose? You can't have them both, brother. No matter how much you want to have them both, you can't have them both. And you will be put in a situation where you have to choose. And when you do not decide to choose, then the streets will choose for you. One thing about playing this game of life is this. You can play, but you do not choose the consequences that comes with it. When you play this game, you cannot choose the consequences that comes with it. Rather it be getting your brain blew out, rather it's watching somebody you love get their brain blew out, rather it's you going to prison, rather you getting a disease, rather you getting crippled, whatever it is, you have no say-so over the consequences than when you playing this game. How do you know you really love somebody? How do you know, sir? How do you really know you love somebody? It's when you're willing to change. That's what it is. When you're willing to change for the better. That's what a sacrifice is. A sacrifice of giving up something that you love for something greater that you can't afford to lose. That's what a sacrifice is. You love the streets, I know. You love gangbanging. I know you love the praise. See, you're a cocky, arrogant dude. So you love being praised. You love being honored. You love being talked about. You love being the one people call on. According to you, I'm the one my people call I'm the one they call. They know I do the work. I'm the one when I see me, they know it's trouble. See, you like that name. You like that title. Right. But what about the title of Daddy? I love you. Daddy. I don't want you going back to prison. Daddy. I don't want you dying in these streets. Daddy. Live for me. Daddy. Be there for me. Daddy. What about me? What about me? Don't those words sound better? Wouldn't you want to see your daughter give birth to your first grandchild? Wouldn't you want to be there to walk your daughter down the aisle? Wouldn't you want to be there clapping hands and taking pictures at your daughter's graduation? Why does she have to see you dead? Why does she have to hear about you being locked up? Why does she have to see you gang banging? Why does she have to see that? We have to grow up. We have to learn how to fight back and take back our lives. We have to beat this enemy at his game, at his own game. When you love somebody, it's more than words. Your actions mean more than your words. So, I'm just saying, fam. I'm listening to what you said. You said out of your mouth, I put it down for my guys. That's what you said. I put it down for my guys. I smashed stuff for my guys. The ops should hate me for this. But if you know you hate it that much, that when the ops see you, they got to take the shot according to you. Really, sir? Really? You would feel you would be offended that when they saw you, they didn't respect you like that to kill you on sight? Or is that just rap talk? That real life, or is that just rap talk? Is your life that much hostile, that much intense, that the very sight of you is shoot on sight? Right. It's a battle of truth, man. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours.